Hey there, it is Admission Day. People in California might know that. 1851, we became a state. 1850, oh no! One of those two. On September 9th. And it is kind of good to be back in the real world. I'm almost back in the swing of things. It was a kind of surreal week, as many of you know, last week, for a lot of reasons, that some of which are not even obvious. But camp was a blast, and we're getting plans together for next year, and I hope everybody that made it is thinking about making it again, and those that didn't, I hope you are too. We're going to have, it's going to be tight. We can fit in a few more people probably, but not really very many. The number worked out well. I'll have all that kind of info. That's not part of the news. The news this week, there's some kind of cool things I do want to talk about, and some of them might relate to camp, because we'll see. Max, my buddy Max, has put together a really cool DVD of I don't want to call them obscure, but Beatles songs that you wouldn't necessarily jump out at you. That was one of them. What's on there? Dig a Pony, Don't Bother Me, Hey Bulldog. Let's see. And Your Bird Can Sing, another one that is kind of out there. And his looping, anyway, I just watched this the other day, and I'm blown away with the effects that he has in this stuff. So anyway, more info on that can be found, like with the links that we'll include here. And let's see, something else. We finally got at least one new lesson up this week. A little Coldplay from Vanessa. Thanks for that. And couple questions on the forum. Uploads. It's back to the cone of silence. We are still working on it, so if anybody does have an upload that they want to put in there, just put it in your own YouTube channel for now, and we will get it moved. We'll get it moved around and get it to where it needs to be. So the uploader is, like I said, sort of like the cone of silence. Let's see. We do have dates, by the way, for IGC next year. It will be Monday through Friday, August 21st through the 25th, a week earlier than this year. And, so this is sort of unrelated to camp, but I had like the worst nail accident in my life that I can remember. I probably have had worse ones, but not one where the nail snaps off and bleeds. And hence, I couldn't even play. I really had plans for some pretty cool lessons this week, but it wasn't until yesterday I could even get back to touching the guitar. I couldn't even get the thumb pick on. So yeah, it just bent completely back, and it bled for a couple days. So, well, let's see. Oh, I do want to get to a question. I wonder if that would let me play. See, now the bass would always be kind of muffled, but it doesn't sound bad necessarily. So my other nails are pretty short right now too. So if I play stuff like let's see if that sounds better with the pick. Yeah, I'm going to have to get back to playing things with a pick. Yeah, we'll see. Let's see. I did want to answer a question that came up on the forum. Two of them. I think we got to the beginner's blueprint. I think a lot of people came up with good suggestions on that, so I appreciate everybody weighing in on that. Did get a question from a member as to why I don't have a lesson on Recuerdos de la Alhambra. Frankly, it's really hard. Tremolo is not something to be taken lightly, and it has to be kept in really good shape. And mine is in terrible shape. So I'm not sure I'm going to get to a lesson on Recuerdos. So whoever asked, appreciate it, but it's a yeah. Never mind. I don't think it's going to happen because too many people that do that really well do it way better than I do. Should I care? I don't think so. I don't know, but I do have. I guess that brings me to a story that I should tell you. I probably have told this story before, but it reminds me of a song I wrote about 15 years ago, and I right now have no idea how it goes. It's called Highway Robbery, though. It's on must be on El Dorado. And it's quite long. It has all kinds of parts. It gets into a little bluesy section in the middle. There's a little jazzy stuff. It's got some razzle-dazzle stuff. And as I'm putting this together, I remember thinking, as I'm going into the next part, I've got this melody, which I can't even remember now. This is a great way to tell you a story, right? It's like, I have no idea how the song goes. I should have listened to it. I should have planned. And that never works. So anyway, in Highway Robbery, I think, you know what? There's a video out someplace of this. We'll try to embed that video in the notes here. That anyway, the story is that as I was working on it and coming up with new parts, it all of a sudden occurred to me that the next section had to have tremolo in it. It's just musically where it was going. The melody had to, and I remember feeling like I'd been hit by a truck. It's like, oh, I'm going to have to work on my tremolo and get it in good shape just for this 30-second passage in the song. And anyhow, it was a big project. But I did it, managed to get it recorded, and even better as far as I'm concerned, managed to get a live recording of it one time. I think it was at the coffee shop there at El Paseo, not El Paseo, across from Valley. What was that place called? Espresso Garden. At the Espresso Garden. So somewhere I think I've got a video of that, and if between now and the time I'm talking about this for no particular reason, it shows up, I'll add it in there. But that's my disclaimer, I guess, on tremolo. I'm not going to work on it right now. Boy, this adjustment, and you know what? Now we know this happened the last night of camp, which was September 2nd. So I'm kind of predicting 2 months till I have a nail back. I'll give you a close-up of this, but it's too gross. Anyway, let's see. Anything else I meant to talk about? I didn't even really make very good notes here. I do have a couple cool lessons planned for next week, but they will all have a thumb pick in them. You can do them without thumb pick. Might even consist of turning the guitar upside down and seeing what happens if the strings are reversed. Where could that be going? Well, I should play out of this. Do I picking a key I never play in? Okay. Hope you enjoy that, and I'm going to try to get back to playing the guitar again more. I've been promising this for weeks, but now I'm on the path, back into the real world. So, any good questions for next week? Get them up there. I'll answer them next week, and otherwise, hope everybody has a good entry into September. Things are cooling down a little bit around here, and that's nice. My favorite time of year when the heat starts going away. So, okay, back next week.